minutes to go in this third quarter. Again, Nipmuc is leading 36-16. Burncoat just got the opening onside kickoff, and now they've got a fourth down to work with. They're trying to get themselves back in this game. It's a three-score game. They're going to go empty formation, and now they're going to bring the tight end in. Daslin in at quarterback, 4th and 8. They get the call. I'll check their wrists. Trips on the near side. Daslin gets a snap. He's going to drop back to pass. He's looking downfield, throws the ball, and it's picked off. It's Desmond who picks it off, and Nipmuc gets the ball right back.
Any momentum they had from the last score to end the first half and the recovery of the onside kick just went out the window now. 4th down, that throw can't be made in that situation. Desmond was waiting for it. That was a really, really smart setup there by Desmond, and it's going to be a turnover for Nipmuc. And you heard it in my expression. I was like, oh, man, that can't happen on 4th down.
Well, just to give you a little summary, because we didn't get the halftime report, it was pretty much all Giancola in that first half. 3 carries for touchdowns, 2 passes to Desmond for touchdowns. It was 29-0 before Burncoat could answer, and they both exchanged 2 touchdowns, which is why we're at 36-16. The keeper from Giancola that worked so effectively, and he gets his way up for about a gain of 7.5. We'll call it 8.
Yeah, it's a good job on first down. The QB keeper has been really effective so far for Nipmuc, and Giancola is just going to keep moving right along, keep trucking right through the Burncoat defense, and it's going to be 2nd and 3.
So we'll see if they opt to go with the keeper again from Giancola. They are going to bring out the big set with 2 tight ends and 3 backs behind Giancola under center. He's going to give it to the halfback Consigli, who falls forward for a gain of 2.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 1. And you got to imagine in this situation.
Well, the tush push has been so great.
Exactly. I was just going to say the tush push has been super effective, if that's what we're going to call it. The QB keeper has been very effective so far for Nipmuc. And as you said it earlier, and I said it on here before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think that's exactly what they're going to try to do here on 3rd down, as Giancola is going to line up under center.
So he's underneath center. They're going to actually go with the handoff to Consigli, who's going to get the yardage that he needs, a gain of 3. Moves the sticks for a first down for Nipmuc.
That also works, a little run to the left for Consigli.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball on Nipmuc's own 49-yard line. They're going from right to left, as Burncoat tries to come up with a big stop after they had shifted the momentum entirely their way. Nipmuc sticking with the ground game. They're going to line up once again underneath center. They're going to give it to the fullback and pushing his way along to about a gain of 6 yards. And a little shaken up there. I believe that was Carrera, number 8, who's feeling it from the pylon.
Yeah, Aiden Sanchez Correa working his way through and just a little shaken up. It looks like he'll be all right, though. 2nd and 5.
So again, underneath center is Giancola. He gets the snap. They're going to run it with Consigli straight up the gut. It's just smash mouth offense from the Warriors. 1 to go on 3rd down.
And this is the exact type of game that I expected Nipmuc to play in the second half. Up 20 early in the second half. Try to run that clock down as quick as you can and try to get out of here with a win as quick as you can.
So it'll be 3rd and 1. Rainbow is the fullback, Consigli the halfback. And Giancola is going to go with the keeper, and he just shoves his helmet through and does enough to get the first down.
The QB keeper has been, as we've talked about it so far in the second half, we talked about it all game long. The QB keeper has been super effective, and it's just been one of their main points of their offense And we'll see. They're gonna mark him up. That is gonna be enough for a first down. We were kind of wondering. There was a little bit of debate there, but now it'll be a first down.
1st and 10, ball spotted at the 41-yard line of Burncoat. Nipmuc just easily pushing the ball down the field, getting a first down after first down. Clock ticks to 5:50 left to go in the third quarter. Again, set up in the I formation is Nipmuc. They're going to give it to Consigli once again, who bullies his way through for a good gain.
That's actually going to be Tyler Rainbow on that run. But back to our point, they're just moving right along. They're in no rush to score. They're in clock management, right? This is like Madden, the chew clock mode. You're trying to get rid of much of this clock as you can. They're not in any big rush to score. They're just trying to keep this ball for as long as they can to not allow Burncoat to have any sort of chance to score.
Trying to wear down the Burncoat defense and not allow their offense back out on the field. Again, set up in I formation. Going to hand it off to Rainbow, who chugs his way and gets a couple extra steps. He looks like he's going to be just at the first down marker. We'll see where the official mark is, as it would be 3rd down. And
it's going to be 3rd and 1.
It will be 3rd and 1 coming up. And looks like someone on Nipmuc had a piece of gear from somebody on the Burncoat team. They shuffle that one across the line of scrimmage. And now break the huddle. And they're going to come set once again. They've had nothing but this I formation. Giancola underneath center. Tries to get him with the hard count now. He's going to push his way through, and they can't stop him. It's a first down once again for Nipmuc.
Giancola has just been a one-man wrecking crew today for the Warriors, and they keep moving things right along with this, what we're calling a smash-mouth football type game here from the Warriors.
Well, this is just being planned up to a T for Coach Royster. Exactly what he wanted his team to do is just pound the ball and take as much time as you need. Getting up to the line of scrimmage, you're in no hurry. They're in I formation, ball on the 29-yard line, fresh first down. It's given to Rainbow, and he gets taken down for a gain of about 3. And Nipmuc's willing to take those gains of 3 every single time.
They're willing to take that any single time because it's working for them.
So ball's going to be on the near side hash, spotted at the 27-yard line. Clock has ticked down to 3:14 right now in the third quarter. They're now going to break out into the shotgun here on 2nd and 8. 3 wide receivers to the far side. It's Consigli on the left hip of Giancola, who's going to go with the keeper, and he's going to push his way through and get to about the 19-yard line, which is where the first down marker is.
We'll see where they spot it. It looks like he will. The third down, the chain is literally right on the marker.
Yeah, they're going to give him the first down.
Yep. It was either going to be 3rd and inches or a first down, and they're going to give him that first down marker.
Yeah, and interesting there for them to go in the shotgun, maybe try and fool the Burncoat team into think they're going to pass and just go with the keeper to Giancola.
Yeah, it's throwing off the defense with the formations. It's a good setup. Good stuff from Nipmuc here.
They're going to go back to the shotgun, 4 wide receiver set, 2 to either side, ball on the near side hash of the 19. Giancola is going to hand this one off to Consigli, who pushes in on the inside zone. Gets a nice gain of about 4 yards.
And notice how they're not even thinking about passing the ball right here. Why? Because they don't want to take any risks. They don't want to turn this ball over and give any chance for Burncoat to try and score as quick as they can. They're just going to run this ball and run it some more.
I mean, if they get a first down here without scoring, the line to gain is the 9. They could run out the rest of the quarter here, under 2 minutes to go. Shotgun formation once again. 2 wide receivers to either side of the line. Consigli on the right hip of Giancola. He's going to fake the handoff and keep it himself. He's got open space, and he's going to trot his way in for number 4 of the day for Josh Giancola.
Well, that's exactly the type of play you'd want to see him have right there on this one as he gets his way into the end zone for his 4th rushing touchdown of the game. Giancola, once again, not afraid to run the ball, and he's done it well today.
It'll be Sean Burchard to set up once again for the extra point. 4 for 4 on the day. Giancola with 21-yard, 38-yard, 6-yard, and now a 15-yard rushing touchdown. Well, if there was high school fantasy, you would love to have Giancola on your team this week.
If there was fantasy football for high school and he had Josh Giancola, you'd be a happy man right now.
The kick is up, and it is through, so it is a 43-16 lead for Nipmuc. 1:43 left to go in the third quarter when we get back on MyFM 101.3.
Are you looking for custom apparel that stands out? The Embroidery Bar in Milford is the place for businesses, families, schools, and teams who want to look sharp. Local and dependable, they've got everything from tees and jackets to cups and unique gifts.
I'm Anthony, co-owner of the Embroidery Bar. Whatever you need, embroidery, printing, or custom gear, we'll make it happen. We're here for our community, and we're ready to work with you.
Stop by the Embroidery Bar at 208 Main Street, 2nd floor, right here in Milford. Or you can visit them online at theembroidery-bar.com. The Embroidery Bar in Milford, the local go-to for looking your best.
Back in Worcester, Massachusetts at Berkshire Bank Field at Foley Stadium as we get ready for Nipmuc to kick off from right to left. It was a good attempt from Burncoat with the onside kick. Unfortunately, they threw the interception on 4th down, and Nipmuc milked the clock. Giancola is going to kick this one off towards the far sideline, and once again he's going to kick it out of bounds. Well, Giancola has been basically perfect today, but when it's come to kickoffs, it hasn't been his thing.
One side of the game he's been perfect, the other side not so much. 3 kicks that have gone out of bounds to the sideline. Cannot do that. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, and you're just asking for Burncoat to get points even though their defense has held up strong here so far.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's a part of their strategy to kick to that far side of the field, because otherwise if Giancola is just naturally kicking it that way, then you'd think he'd just aim a little more left. But maybe it's part of their game plan.
I don't know why he would want to kick it and try to give him more yardage, but I don't know. Maybe it's one of those weird rituals. I don't know.
Who knows? Koza's back in under center in the I formation. They're going to give it off, and taking this one is Daslin towards the edge. He finds it and gets up for a good gain.
Oh, my goodness.
And he gets pushed out of bounds and collides with one of his teammates, who unfortunately had his back to the field. And they're all slapping the teammate around, and he looks like he's going to be okay. But it is a good gain from Daslin.
Daslin got to the sideline, got a nice gain there, and he even ran over Olivier Octavius, their number 58 for Burncoat, but looks like everybody is going to be okay, and thankfully so.
It'll be 2nd and 3, ball spotted on their own 42-yard line. 1:32 left to go in this quarter. Again, in the I formation. It's Koza underneath center. He's going to fake the handoff to Daslin. He's looking deep downfield, but he's pressured by Nipmuc, and pulling him down is Consigli in the backfield.
Good play call, trying to roll out, just didn't get the right protection needed, and Koza goes down thanks to Consigli, who got there in plenty of time, and it's going to be it'll be about 3rd and 10, actually. They're going to put it back at the original spot, 3rd and 10.
He had Sean Jackson down the field waving his hands, but when you got to roll out to your other side to throw across the body, it's hard to get that throw off, and with Consigli in his face, he wasn't able to get anything going. So as you mentioned, 3rd and 10 at the original line of scrimmage, 46 seconds on the clock for the third quarter. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line on the far side. Hash lined up in the I formation. Once again, the fullback is Caleb Casey. Dropping back to pass is Koza. He's just going to launch one and finds absolutely nobody. It'll be 4th and 10 coming up.
Tried taking a deep shot, but there was nowhere near where that ball was going to, and he looks like the closest man there was Sean Jackson, maybe Chuku, but wasn't even. It was about 10 yards ahead of where Jackson was.
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures, and that means going for it on your own 35 on 4th and 10 when you're trailing by 27 points.
Trying to get get back in this game as quick as you can. You got to take those deep shots to try to do so, right?
So 4th and 10. They all check their wrists. It's going to be an empty set for Koza with 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Tight end now in motion from the near side to the right side of the line. Now they're going to motion a second man across. They're going to hand it off to Dasselin, who goes absolutely nowhere, only a gain of about 4. And that's where Nipmuc is going to take over when we get back. 26 seconds left to go in the third quarter on MyFM 101.3.
Modern Design and Build out of Holliston is proud to sponsor your local high school football team. From dream kitchens to stunning home additions, we build it right here in your community. Visit designbuildmodern.com to book a free estimate and let's build something great together.
Well, Nipmuc is going to take over here for the last 26 seconds of the quarter as the ball will be spotted on the Burncoat 39.
And that sorry to cut you off,
No,
Dylan.
go ahead.
That play call on 4th and 10, definitely an interesting one. Running it on another Wildcat type formation. After taking a deep shot on 3rd and 10, I'm not sure if that was the right decision to do there.
I formation it's going to be for the Warriors here as they're going to fake the handoff. I think it's a broken play. Giancola is now going to have to take it himself, and he still gets about 5 yards there on the broken play.
Make do, right? And that's the most important thing, is making do. When something goes south, you have to make do with what you get, you know?
Yeah, and that's exactly what they do, and they're going to let this clock trickle out for the third quarter. We're going to head into the fourth as we flip the field. We'll be right back on MyFM 101.3.
At Imperial Cars, we're proud to support our local schools by contributing a portion of our business proceeds to purchase notebooks, binders, pens, pencils, crayons, markers, and other classroom essentials. Our Crayon the Van initiative is providing hundreds of local students and teachers with the school supplies and classroom supplies they need for a strong start to the school year. Because every student deserves a strong start. For over 30 years, Imperial Cars has been getting your family safely down the road and driving community impact.
It's been said that the most important things in life are the connections you make with others. At Charles River Bank, you'll find not just the powerful solutions you need for managing your money, including paying your bills, handling your day-to-day expenses, and planning for the future, but also the personal connections you can count on from neighbors you know and who are always willing to lend a hand. Stop in or visit us online at charlesriverbank.com to learn more. Charles River Bank, personal connections, powerful solutions. Member FDIC, DIF.
We flip the field as Nipmuc is now going to go from left to right here in the fourth quarter. They're currently leading by 27 points, 43-16. It's 2nd and 5 on the Burncoat 34-yard line. And as Nipmuc lines up in the I formation, just looking to run the ball and run this clock. It's going to be handoff to Rainbow, who pushes his way up through the middle and gets the first down, a gain of about 7.
Rainbow going right up the gut. He's going right through the middle, getting a hole, and he gets himself the first down. And once again, just trying to kill this clock. You're not trying to go to the sidelines to try to get out of bounds here. There's no reason to. You're up 27 points in the fourth quarter. You're just trying to get out of here as quickly as you can with a win.
Nipmuc looking to manage the clock. It's going to be a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Ball right in the middle of the two hashes on the 27-yard line. Again, lined up in the I formation, and Giancola is waiting for the back judge to put up his arm, and now he does. We'll hand it off to Consigli, who puts his head down and 2 arms on the ball. It'll be a gain of about 3.
Again, no rush. You're not concerned about how far you get on first down, second down. You're really more concerned about getting across the first down marker and keeping this clock rolling. So smash mouth, ground and pound, grind it out football, and that's exactly what Nipmuc's doing, what they should be doing right now, up 27.
Well, and they did a good job in the first half, taking control of the game that allowed them to put themselves into this position right here. High formation, everybody within about 5 yards of the line of scrimmage on the defensive side. Giancola just waiting for the back judge to put his arm up for the clock, the play clock that is. He's going to hand it off to Consigli, finds a small hole, and gets a gain of about 2. Will bring up a 3rd and 4.
Now that it's 3rd down, now you want to make sure you get this 1st down because you don't want to have to worry about 4th down and possibly turning it over on downs. It's the last thing you want to do. So we'll see what they decide to do here on 3rd and 4. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a QB keeper. They've had a lot of success with that today. So I know they're up 27. I know it's kind of a risky play, but hey, it's 3rd and 4. They can definitely do it. We've seen it happen with on 4th down with more to go.
So they're going to go back to the I formation. I was waiting to see if they'd pull out the shotgun, but they're going to stick with the I form. 9:40 on the clock. Back judge's arm goes up. Giancola comes under center. He's going to give it to Rainbow, who pushes and bullies his way for the 1st down once again.
Rainbow sneaking his way through in the I formation, gets the handoff, runs right up the gut once again. Don't even think about going to the outside and having to get out of bounds. Just go right up the gut, and it works out for him. 1st and 10. They're at about the 15-yard line. And now they're in position to score here, which just to put the cherry on top here.
So they're in the red zone. The line to gain is at the 5-yard line. They still can get one more 1st down. And again, why change it? I formation once again. Giancola. Again, you'll watch him and see him wait for that back judge arm to go up. And he's going to give it to Rainbow once again, who this time is contained to a gain of about 2 or 3 on 1st down.
It's a good run on 1st down, good play call. Trying not to repeat myself, but you're just trying to drain out this clock as quick as you can. And how do you do that? By running up the middle.
Yeah, hard not to repeat yourself when the team out on the field is just repeating themselves every single time.
Exactly.
All we can do is call it like we see it. And right now, Nipmuc is doing the same thing over and over again.
And it's working for them because they're training the clock.
So I formation, and Burncoat trying everything they can do to stop it. But right now, it's just bully ball, and Nipmuc has the momentum. Giancola gets a snap. He's going to give it to Consigli this time, who pushes his way for a gain of about 4, maybe even 5. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 4.
3rd and medium here.
I'll actually move it up to 3rd and 3.
So now it's 3rd and manageable. Now that it's 3rd and 3, it's a good spot, good field position here. You're not concerned about scoring at this point. You're deep in Burncoat's territory, so if they were to get the ball for some reason for a turnover on downs, they have a long way to go, and Nipmuc's defense has been really solid today. So if I'm Nipmuc, I'm not concerned.
I think it's going to go to Rainbow. He's been able to smash his way for a 1st down a couple of times so far, being the fullback in this formation. Consigli, the halfback. They're going to give it to Consigli this time. Met at the line of scrimmage, spins out from a tackle, and dives forward. He's going to get the 1st down just about.
He just got there. It's going to be close, but they are going to move the chains here. 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, and it's going to be quick turnaround for Burncoat's defense, but Nipmuc's offense just slow and methodical on this drive, starting back on their own side, moving their way up the field just by running the ball. They haven't really passed the ball at all on this drive. They're just running the ball up the middle, and it's working. And look how far that's gotten them here today.
I don't think they've come out of this formation the entire drive. The clock is at 6:35 now. Underneath center, going to hand it off to Consigli, who's shuffling his way, falls into the end zone, and he's in. It's a touchdown for Consigli, his first of the game, and that puts Nipmuc up 49-16.
That is a great job for Rainbow, getting through the hole, falling his way into the end zone, using his momentum, falling backwards into the end zone. And it'll be 49 on the board, as barring an extra point, it could be a 50-burger for Nipmuc.
They'll line up for the PAT, and with Nipmuc being up by more than 28 in the 4th quarter, we will have running clock for the time being. So the clock will continue to trickle down. Bouchard gets ready for the extra point. As he awaits the snap. Snap, holds down, kick is up, and once again he nails it. It's 50-16 Nipmuc with 5:40 left to go in this game on MyFM 101.3.
Football game, hometown pride, and American climbers serving in and around Hopkinton is right there with you. Proud sponsor of high school football and your go-to for expert tree care. Play hard, climb harder. AmericanClimbers.com.
Flood Fire Pro of Franklin is proud to stand with our local athletes. From floods to fire, they restore more than property, they restore peace of mind. Visit floodfirepro.com, supporting our high school football team all season long.
Back at Worcester as Nipmuc gets ready to kick off. 5 minutes left to go, and with running clock, that means we'll end in exactly 5 minutes. I know in some sports like basketball, the last 2 minutes could take like a half hour.
So could NFL playoff games. Those do take a long time as well.
But with this, the clock will continue to run.
The clock does not lie.
And Burncoat will get ready for the kickoff. Deep to return is Daslin. It'll be Giancola to kick off, and if things repeat itself, it'll be to the near side towards us. Now that's the perfect kick they're looking for. Received at the 10. It's fumbled at first by Daslin. Now he picks it up and squirts his way through. He breaks a couple tackles, and he'll be stopped right around the 38-yard line.
Hey, that fumble actually kind of worked out for him if you think about it. The fumble in the backfield caught there, and he dropped it, and it rolled like 5 or 6 yards ahead of him before he picked it up, and he ran another 20 yards. It kind of worked out for him.
Yeah, he was able to get his momentum and feet moving at the 38-yard line here for Burncoat. As now we're going to go ahead and get a timeout from Nipmuc, and we'll be right back on MyFM 101.3.
GNC Plumbing and Heating is proud to support our local football teams and athletes. Just like a strong defense on the field, they're here to keep your home running smoothly. Big enough to tackle any project and small enough to treat you like family. Visit GNCplumbing.com to learn more.
Back in here at Berkshire Bank Field at Foley Stadium, as the clock has now gotten all the way down to 3 minutes left to go as Burncoat comes out. Koza is in at quarterback once again. They're lined up in I formation as they're just waiting to get the call from the head coach. They all check their wristbands, and now they're ready. 2 wide receivers, 1 split to either side. Koza under center, gets a snap. He rolls out towards the right. He's looking deep down the field, now goes short and just misses his man looking for Chuku.
It looks like Eric Murphy kind of got in the way of Koza on that throw, but trying to connect with Chuku, got the left hand on it, couldn't get the right hand on it and try to bring that in because that would have been a nice little play on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looked like Murphy might have had the wrong direction of where he was supposed to go and interfered with Koza's rollout.
Yeah, it looked odd right off the rip. So
it'll be 2nd and 10, ball on the 38-yard line of Burncoat. Again, I formation, 1 wide receiver on either side of the line. Koza gets it, and he's going to give the handoff, and running his way now is Murphy in the backfield with a big carry, but he loses the ball, and it's turned over. A big-time gain that looked like he almost was going to house it is fumbled at the Nipmuc 35, and it's recovered by number 22, Dylan Francie.
Unfortunate circumstance. That was a really good run by Murphy, too, and he got stripped. He dropped the ball and was picked up, and now Nipmuc can really drain out this clock.
Well, you would presume they're probably just going to kneel the ball down, and I don't think Burncoat will really have – they can't do anything about it because a timeout does not stop the clock at this point.
It does not.
So they can just go out there, kneel the ball a couple times, and that'll be the game.
They're going to stand out there. They're really going to be standing out there for 2 or 3 plays. I wouldn't be shocked if any of the Burncoat defenders move at all on that one.
Yeah, it honestly might only take 2 snaps to get this game over with. As the clock is almost down to a minute.
Nipmuc taking their sweet time coming out there.
Yeah, they've got no issue with it. Lined up in victory formation here, 50-16 the score. Clock is running, and they're going to see if they can get this down to 40 seconds, so they just have to snap it once. Well, they will have to snap it twice. So there's the first kneel down, and Nipmuc's just not even going to move. We'll see if they're going to make him snap it one more time. They are. They literally didn't even move from the victory formation. Lots of times teams will go huddle again. They're like, let's just get this one down. Giancola receives the snap, takes the kneel down, and that will end the game. Nipmuc with a final score of 50, Burncoat with 16. When we get back, we'll give you the Milford Nissan and Milford Nissan Collision Center post-game show along with our Peppercinis player of the game right here on MyFM 101.3.
We can do amazing things when we work together. That's why at Charles River Bank, we're passionate about lending a hand to help businesses of all sizes grow. From lines of credit and term loans to commercial mortgages, we offer a range of powerful lending solutions, as well as local decision-making, guidance, and support from lenders who measure their success by helping you achieve yours. Charles River Bank. Personal connections, powerful solutions.
It's time for the Reynolds Report, your local sports spotlight on MyFM. From Friday night football and basketball buzzer beaters to the unsung stars of field hockey, track and field, and more. I've got all the highlights, scores, and stories from around the MyFM listening area. Stay up to date with the Reynolds Report and read more at myfmtoday.com. Local sports covered the way they should be, only on the Reynolds Report on MyFM.
Step into pure bliss at Wink Salon and Spa, located at 32 Hastings Street in Mendon. Let your tension melt away with our full-spectrum infrared sauna and Normatec compression therapy. Rejuvenate with personalized facials, soothing massage therapy, and a wide range of beauty services, including lash extensions and expert hair styling. Whether you need a quick refresh or a full day of pampering, Wink Salon and Spa is the perfect escape. Book now at 508-381-1422 or visit winksalonspa.com. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential.
Football game, hometown pride, and American climbers serving in and around Hopkinton is right there with you. Proud sponsor of high school football and your go-to for expert tree care. Play hard, climb harder. AmericanClimbers.com.
This broadcast of Milford Legion Baseball is being brought to you in part by Oliva's Market, Catering, and Gourmet Gift Shop, providing quality products and exceptional service to the greater Milford community. Oliva's will make your party one your guest will never forget. Whatever your special occasion may be, a stop at Oliva's Market, Catering, and Gourmet Gift Shop is a must. Try Oliva's homemade sausage. Oliva's Market, Catering, and Gourmet Gift Shop, the freshest cold cuts in town. GNC Plumbing and Heating is proud to support our local football teams and athletes. Just like a strong defense on the field, they're here to keep your home running smoothly. Big enough to tackle any project and small enough to treat you like family. Visit GNCplumbing.com to learn more.
Mom, do I really have to wear glasses?
You do, sweetie. But don't worry, Joseph and Thomas Opticians has lots of fun frames.
Can I pick any pair I want?
Absolutely. And they'll make sure they fit just right.
Oh, they make me look super smart.
That's because you are super smart. And you'll see even better now.
Joseph and Thomas Opticians. Trusted on site. Find us at 138 South Main Street, Milford.
Are you looking for custom apparel that stands out? The Embroidery Bar in Milford is the place for businesses, families, schools, and teams who want to look sharp. Local and dependable, they've got everything from tees and jackets to cups and unique gifts.
I'm Anthony, co-owner of the Embroidery Bar. Whatever you need, embroidery, printing, or custom gear, we'll make it happen. We're here for our community, and we're ready to work with you.
Stop by the Embroidery Bar at 208 Main Street, 2nd floor, right here in Milford. Or you can visit them online at theembroidery-bar.com. The Embroidery Bar in Milford, the local go-to for looking your best.
Hey, it's Tyler Lawton, and you can join me every weekend from 4 to 7 p.m. for the Weekend Wind Down on MyFM 101.3. I'm bringing you the greatest hits from the 80s and 90s, plus local news, pop culture updates, and a preview of what's coming up this week on MyFM. From interviews and giveaways to sports and community buzz. It's the perfect way to chill out before Monday hits. The Weekend Wind Down with Tyler Lawton every weekend from 4 to 7, only on MyFM 101.3.
Flood Fire Pro of Franklin is proud to stand with our local athletes. From floods to fire, they restore more than property, they restore peace of mind. Visit floodfirepro.com, supporting our high school football team all season long.
At Imperial Cars, we're proud to support our local schools by contributing a portion of our business proceeds to purchase notebooks, binders, pens, pencils, crayons, markers, and other classroom essentials. Our Crayon the Van initiative is providing hundreds of local students and teachers with the school supplies and classroom supplies they need for a strong start to the school year. Because every student deserves a strong start. For over 30 years, Imperial Cars has been getting your family safely down the road and driving community impact.
Medway Oil and Propane, where you, the customer, will always come first. At Medway Oil and Propane, you receive service by the best technicians in the industry, a caring staff which goes out of its way to ensure your comfort and peace of mind. Medway Oil and Propane has an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, 24-hour emergency service every day, 10 licensed and certified service technicians, automatic delivery with over 200,000 gallons of fuel storage, Medway Oil and Propane energy for every season, and much more.
Where can you find over 20 flavors of muffins, 30 fresh roasted coffees, and a full espresso bar?
It's all at the Muffin House Cafe.
With 6 convenient locations, Medway, Mendon, Hopkinton, Natick, Westwood, and Walpole, you're never far from fresh, delicious treats.
And it's not just muffins. The Muffin House Cafe has fresh-baked cakes for any occasion, breakfast and lunch sandwiches, crisp salads, quesadillas, and so much more.
Ready to check it out?
Visit muffinhousecafe.com today. The Muffin House Cafe, not just a muffin house.
Milford Tire and Service is not just a tire store. With years of continuous high-quality service, the folks at Milford Tire know what it takes to protect your family when it comes to high-quality, safe tires. Just before you take your family out for your next long or short summer trip, Milford Tire asks you to just take a quick walk around and check the tire tread left on your car. At Milford Tire, they do a full range of repairs, alignments, brakes, struts, shocks, and other jobs, all guaranteed. At Milford Tire, your family's safety comes first, and your cars too. Milford Tire and Service, Route 140 in Hopedale.
The Pool Store, that's all about fun. Let the pool and spa experts at Crystal Pool and Spa of Bellingham be your source for all your pool and spa supplies. Crystal Pool and Spa is the area's leading pool store for families who want to spend less time maintaining the pool and more time enjoying it. Crystal Pool offers the largest selection of pool products under one roof to meet your pool needs and budget. Booking now for openings and closings for 2026. Crystal Pool and Spa, Route 140 in Bellingham, 508-966-1322.
Back in Worcester, Massachusetts, Dylan Patemry here alongside me, Sam Smith, as we close out today's game with the Milford Nissan and Milford Nissan Collision Center post-game show. Final score, the Nipmuc Warriors 50, the Burncoat Patriots 16. It really all started with dominance from this Nipmuc team.
Yeah, it was straight dominance the entire way on both sides of the game. Both sides of the ball were fantastic for Nipmuc today, exactly what you needed in a game like this. Taking what you learned last week and taking it and applying it this week in another big win. This one on the road against Burncoat, huge victory.
Well, you start with the opening kickoff and you get a fumble recovery and then a one-play touchdown. That's quite the punch to the mouth and a way to start the game.
Yeah, they took the first shot and they were effective. It was not the last shot they threw, and you know, right off the rip, it was all Nipmuc from the start.
They scored 7 touchdowns on the day. There was 5 on the ground and 2 in the air. But really, it was this run game that Nipmuc was able to establish early and get the big lead and then continue to run the ball in the second half.
Rainbow and Consigli were on the run game, were so effective, especially in the second half, as you mentioned, moving that ball along, just draining that clock with that big lead, and they did just that here today.
But that's not to say that Burncoat didn't show a little bit of fight in themselves. Yeah. I mean, late on in the second quarter, they were able to get their first score to make it 29-8. And the momentum did kind of shift a little bit their way for a time being.
Just a little bit. It's just a smidge, if you will, going in the direction of Burncoat. And then they gave up a touchdown, but then they got it right back. So you're thinking, okay, they're showing something here. And then Nipmuc just took over and said, no more. This isn't going to happen anymore. Nipmuc takes over, and that was wraps.
Well, yeah, they had the second half opening kickoff, which they got the fumble recovery, but were unable to do anything with it. Surprisingly, for how effective their run game was for Burncoat, it was 2 passing touchdowns from Daslin, who is the makeshift quarterback in the Wildcat, who is their running back to start, who threw 2 touchdowns, one to Chuku and one to Murphy.
Yeah, Wildcat formation is such a weird thing, right? Because you never know as a defense where the ball is going to go. Are you going to throw it in the air? Are you going to keep it to yourself and run? Are you going to be a little toss to the wide receiver in motion? We saw all those different things today. And for Burncoat, the pass was most effective as they scored on they both their touchdowns came off passes, as you mentioned. So I kind of wonder how they're going to apply that into their next game.
Well, I was trying my best to prolong saying this because it's fairly obvious, though, and trying to avoid talking about their accolades. Our Pepperoncini's player of the game, who was all over this game, Josh Giancola.
This guy was unbelievable. There's no other way to describe it. 4 rush touchdowns, 2 pass touchdowns, 6 total touchdowns today. There is no debate there. We were saying during the break there was little to no debate on who it possibly could be. Another name didn't even pop into my head for who it possibly could have been. So congrats to Giancola on that. A total overall dominant performance here today for Giancola, and something to be proud of as well on the road.
Yeah, for sure. He was absolutely perfect. The one small thing we'd say to Josh is work on your kicking a little bit.
Yeah, don't kick it out of bounds 3 times. But it didn't really affect them because the defense, for the most part, besides those 2 touchdowns, stood on its head today.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing, that the offense really overshadowed what the defense was able to do out there. They were perfect. They bent but didn't break. They gave up a couple of things, but other than that, they were absolutely perfect. Had some big-time turnovers. Were able to get into the backfield when needed. But Giancola just had a great game and a couple of interesting carries, like the 38-yard tush push that looked like it was going to get about 2 yards, and then they started pushing, and you're like, wow, this is going to get a lot of yardage. And then the pile didn't stop moving, and then out squirts Giancola, and he's to the house.
I've never seen a play like that, and I've been watching football since I was little. I've never seen anything like that. It was a tush push or a QB keeper or whatever you want to call it, and he just kept moving, and the pile, you could just see it. If you were watching the YouTube stream, you could see it, but if you weren't, we'll tell you the story. There was 13 bodies in that pile, and it just kept moving towards the end zone, and out you see number 7 in white, Giancola, out on the near side, runs his way to the end zone, and you should have seen my facial expression at home, ladies and gentlemen. My hands were over my head. I could not believe what I just saw.
Yeah, an absolutely perfect performance from this Nipmuc team, and that is going to close out our broadcast now. I want to thank Nate Merowitz back at the studio doing the producing, Ty McCormick on the camera, alongside me on my right-hand side, Sam Smith, for helping me out with the broadcast today. I'm Dylan Patemry, closing it out from Worcester. Nipmuc takes the win 50-16 over Burncoat, and we'll be back next week for even more high school football action right here on MyFM 101.3. Thank you for listening to MyFM 101.3's coverage of high school football. Brought to you by Milford Federal Bank, Joseph and Thomas Opticians, Milford Regional UMass Memorial Health, Crystal Pool and Spa, The Embroidery Bar in Milford, All Temp System, Milford Hardwood, Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop, Pepperoncini's, Winks Salon and Spa, ABC Air Heating and Cooling, Milford Tire Service, Southwick Zoo, American Climbers, GNC Plumbing and Heating, Flood Fire Pro, Modern Design and Build, and Milford Nissan and Milford Nissan Collision Center. Now we send you back to your regularly scheduled programming.